First, a warning that some children with cancer are being bullied by their classmates and are falling behind at school.
Every year in the UK, around 1,500 children are told they have cancer. According to a charity which works with children with the disease, around a third have been bullied because they've lost their hair or gained weight because of medication. I've been to meet 13-year-old James, who was diagnosed with cancer when he was just 6. Meet James. He's 13. Favourite lesson? PE. But growing up has been a real struggle for James. Aged 6, he was diagnosed with a disease called cancer.
We went for a blood test in the hospital, and then in the space of 5 days our life had changed.
And so they told you had been diagnosed with leukemia?
Yes.
And what kind of things did you have to have as treatment to try and make you get better?
I had to have intense chemotherapy for a long time, and I had to take steroids, which made me fat.
On top of that, James had to face bullies at school. People began to treat him differently.
I was different because I had no hair, I was fat, and the older kids were saying that I was going to die.
And were you getting a lot of attention perhaps? Do you think there was a bit of jealousy there?
I was getting a lot of attention from teachers and their parents.
And James isn't alone. Every year, about 1,500 children are told they have cancer here in the UK. CLIC Sargent, a charity that supports younger people, says 1 in 3 are bullied for having the disease. And they're worried that some schools aren't supporting these kids properly.
Teachers, on the whole, we don't have many children at all with cancer. It's trying to encourage that line of communication so the children still feel part of the school environment, really, even though they're away from school.
James has been in remission for more than 3 years. That means he's a lot better now. Once he moved schools, the bullying stopped, and he's now much happier.
I want to do well and get a decent job. Even though you've had cancer, it doesn't mean that you can't reach your full potential.
Yeah, James, thanks for sharing your story with us today.
Definitely. Okay.